Hello and welcome to week 5 of Putting the Pop in Information Literacy. This week we are focusing on assessment and how pop culture themes can carry through to that portion of the information literacy session. And what we're focusing on is the presentation, designing forms, like ways to carry this theme through. What we're not going to be focusing on is what type of questions to ask to get the best data, what to do with that data. There are whole workshops and courses around assessment and assessment tools, so we're going to leave that to those experts and just focus more on the pop culture aspect and how those themes can be carried through. So for example, with the post-apocalyptic or zombie theme, you might create a toe tag form, such as the one in the foreground. This was created using Microsoft Excel and using an image of a real toe tag as an example. So this is just a simple way to say the zombie theme is still going and now you're dead and you have to tell me what you've learned. So that's the zombie theme. The bachelor or bachelorette theme, this one's more simple. It's pretty much just a Word document with some Creative Commons or clip art added. And when presenting this to students, we use the same terminology we've been using throughout the session. Now it's your time to evaluate us. Do we get the rows? Did our session get the rows? Where were we not compatible? That sort of thing. And finally, with social media, you can phrase your questions to students using the terminology in popular social media sites. So asking what they liked to draw in Facebook terms and what they would favorite to use Twitter terms can draw that theme in. And you can also use the social media tools themselves for assessment. So if you're familiar with Twitter, you could create a Twitter hashtag that is unique to your class, and you'll want to do some research beforehand to make sure it is unique, or else you'll be getting all kinds of other content along with your assessment data. So for example, here on the screen is N310 libraries. That would be a course number with library added. And students can tweet out as much as they want. It might be several tweets, and as long as it's tagged with the proper tag, it is searchable and findable later by you. And you could set up a Facebook page, probably separate from your personal page, one that you're comfortable with students finding, and students can find you and leave questions or ask questions and leave comments. And that's handy because then they have a line of contact with you for the rest of the semester, or even beyond the semester. So that's another way to think about using Facebook. This slide isn't necessarily related to assessment, but these are just 3 final suggestions we have on little ways to fully incorporate these pop culture themes into your course. So one is to take the time, once you've identified the themes you want to run with, take the time to find some graphics on Creative Commons or clip art, and keep a little library of those to add to your presentation slides and your assignments. So for example, the little brain nom up in the corner there is one that Dawn and I have been using ever since we developed the zombie idea. And memes, you can find these, they're prevalent all over the internet, memes and image macros. You can also create your own. There's several sites that allow you to do that. So that's something to look into, especially if you're doing a social media type theme. You can also find a font that sort of aligns with your theme. So for the post-apocalyptic theme, you might look at using the chiller font, which kind of makes everything look bloody and from a horror movie. So there's lots of fonts, and you could think creatively of how it might fit within the theme. And finally, in your communications with students, you can carry this theme in through your emails and subject headings. So I did a lot with social media in my class this semester, and I would send out emails to students that said, "You won't believe what you're about to read. The top 5 things you need to know for class this week." So sort of drawing on the terminology and phrasing that happens a lot on articles that go viral through BuzzFeed, to draw on that social media theme a little bit more. For zombies, it might be the undead are coming. So just these little things can really make a difference in terms of student excitement and carrying that theme through even more. So this week, there are some readings posted for you, and there are 2 assignments that you'll post to discussion boards so that everyone can view them. The first is to create a new assessment form to be given to your students based on your theme, and as you saw in the examples, these might vary in terms of complexity. So if you want to create something completely new, or if you just want to use one that you're already using and maybe add some images, that's up to you. And then your final project is your other assignment for this week. And you'll be taking one of the drafts that you did for either week 3 or week 4 and revising it and turning it into a fully formed one-shot instructional session. So either databases or evaluation. And we want a detailed outline, and we'd love PowerPoint slides or a video. I believe that's your choice. Full instructions are posted on the site. Finally, thank you so much for taking part in this class. We hope you've learned a lot. We've had a lot of fun teaching you, and please stay in touch, be in touch with us if you have final questions, comments, or concerns.